NES Classic. Stores across America.
Hi, this is Nina and David. Today we are filming the Classic NES.
At long last, I finally got an NES Classic Edition. Much like the SNES Classic, it's still packaged in time-appropriate style. This one side of the box is about the controller. The back of the box shows all 30 games, at least by name, screenshots of about half of them there. One corner of the box is about the console, and the other corner of the box is about the controller. Shows it has 30 built-in games. I start to open it, but then I want to show you the bottom first because I don't know why. So anyway, now I'm for real going to open it. Inside the box, things are packaged pretty much how you'd expect them to be, I guess. Everything's individually wrapped. I'm actually probably going to speed this part up. Inside the box, there's a controller. Looks pretty similar to the old one. It's a power brick. The NES console itself. Got power and reset buttons, HDMI out, and USB micro power. So here's the actual system in action. First menu you get is a language menu. There's a lot of games on here that I remember playing when I was a little kid. I'm going to go through them all in order here real quick. Balloon Fight, Bubble Bobble, Castlevania, Castlevania 2, Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong Jr., Double Dragon 2, Dr. Mario, Excite Bike, Final Fantasy, Galaga, Ghosts and Goblins, Gradius, Ice Climber, Kid Icarus, Kirby's Adventure, Mario Brothers, Mega Man 2, Metroid, Ninja Gaiden, Pac-Man, Punch-Out, Star Tropics, Super C, Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. 3, Tecmo Bowl, Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2 Adventure Link, and we're back to the beginning. The NES Classic has these cool display filters, which I really like the CRT filter because it really makes them look how they're supposed to look, I think. So let's check out Balloon Fight. I don't think I ever played Balloon Fight before, but I've seen it a bunch. Like I said, there's a lot of games I remember from being a kid, but I don't remember all these games from when I was a kid. So, yeah, it's like Joust, kind of, but a little bit different, because they can come back. I think in Joust, when you knock the riders off, the big ostrich-looking things didn't come back. But once I get the hang of it here, it's actually a lot of fun. It's a pretty simple game, but it definitely is entertaining. Let's move on to another game. You can continue to watch me do really bad here. Let's check out some arcade action with Pac-Man on the NES Classic. I'm a big fan of Pac-Man. I own a JAMA board cabinet that I actually play Pac-Man on quite a bit, but I've played Pac-Man on just about every platform you can play it on. So, sounds good, looks good. Not really a whole lot to say. Watch me mess it up too. I'm acting like I just never played any of these games before, so, you know, whatever. But, this is a fun port of Pac-Man, and I honestly really do enjoy that it's on here, because I like having arcade classic games to play with my friends. I have, a lot of fun playing this game, and a lot of people really like, you know, challenging in this game, like, you know, beating high scores and stuff. So it's a good one to have on there for sure. Alright, enough about that. Now this was a game that I never owned as a kid. I always had to rent it. I do really enjoy this game. I think this is a good game for, like, if you have little kids that want to play this thing, it's a great game for them to play, because Kirby's very colorful and, you know, holds their attention and stuff. And honestly, Kirby's a lot of fun. I kind of wish that Kirby would have had a bigger presence in early Nintendo, like NES console, because he did his thing on Game Boy pretty big. But this game's a lot of fun, and don't let the appearance fool you. I was still trying to remember how to play. Like, I didn't look at the instructions or anything. I'm just operating from memories from about 20 years ago. So, you know. But, this game's a lot of fun. They did a really good job recreating it on here. I'm gonna probably move on to something else now, but just to give you an idea. This is also with the CRT filter on, so, you know, check out those sweet CRT lines. Now for me, nothing says Classic NES like Tecmo Bowl. Tecmo Bowl on the NES Classic does not still have the NFL Players License like it did on the cartridge back in the day. This is a game that I actually still own in real life and still play from time to time. So, this is a lot of fun for me to have on here so I can take it over to somebody's house or do whatever with it. Gotta pick Cleveland, because, you know, I'm from Ohio, and that's like how I always did it. I always played with Cleveland. I don't know about Bo Jackson in this game, like whatever his number was back in the day. I don't know if he's like ridiculously better like he was in the actual Tecmo Bowl cartridge, but still plays exactly the same. The only difference is instead of names, they'll have numbers. But you gotta love that sound. Hut, 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 hut. It's a great reproduction and totally justifies the price of admission in my opinion. It's a lot of fun, especially if you got the extra controller and you can play with a friend, because that is where it's at for Tecmo Bowl. So, let me see a nice completed pass. Short one. Now you know you gotta have this staple on the NES Classic, the Super Mario Bros. 3. This game brings back a lot of memories. It's a game I still own as well, and I really like the fact that, you know, they have all these games that are really games you'd want to have in your collection in this one small package. Anyway, that's enough about Mario 3. Let's talk about Punch-Out! Now, I still have Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! On the cartridge, and I'll tell you something about this game. It's still the same game, it's just you don't fight Mike Tyson in the end, you fight Mr. Dream. But, this game is a lot of fun. This is one of the best sports NES games I think ever made. Totally, again, worth the price of admission for, you know, this game and the other two games I just talked about, for sure. Great reproduction, great response time. I'm using a wireless controller for some of this, and it still works great. I think it's, I can't remember what it is. It's made by Hori, but, you know, it's awesome. It really makes it a lot more fun, because you don't have to get up, you know, and sit right by the console, because the console, the controller cords are, like, notoriously short. Anyway, this is just me beating up on, whoever this is, Glass Joe or whatever. But, yeah, this game's a lot of fun. I can play this game all night, probably. This is actually me being good at a game. Check it out. Probably get like a 3 count. I don't even get a 3 count. Whatever. Anyway, this is Super Contra. A great reproduction here as well. I'm just going to kind of wrap this up by saying, if you're into retro gaming and you don't already own these games, especially, you should definitely go out and check this thing out. It's well worth the price. I think it's $60. I bought one for my dad too, so it shows how awesome I am. But that's all. NES Classic, great system.